Guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope all is going good. Now we have a video today. In America, we see that Donald Trump is putting America first, even at the expense of his allies in the European Union. Foes or friends, he's putting his country first. And that is what this caller is going to be talking about, putting Britain first. But a wokey is going to be saying no, we shouldn't be putting the UK first. We should have a globalist mindset and look at everyone around the world. And that is what has put the UK in the problems it's in today. It's brought in every culture. No one wants to assimilate. Everyone wants to come into the UK with their own culture, their own way of thinking, their own way of doing things. And you have chaos, you have culture clashes in the United Kingdom, you have a lot of jihad being spread, you have a lot of people that just hate other people, you have people that don't understand other people. There's people that have been living in the UK for 10, 15, 20 years that can't speak English. That's what Kemi Badenoch was talking about. And people have just not assimilated in the UK. But whilst they've been in the country and not been able to speak English for a decade, 15 years, 20 years, they have been taking benefits. They've been taking the money from the United Kingdom. Why not? The money is sweet. So let me just get the money, but let me not contribute anything to society. So people should assimilate. We understand this, but they haven't been. And that's because UK have been bringing in every single culture, and the Western British culture has been eroding in the United Kingdom. And this woman is going to be talking about, having a globalist mindset. The caller's like, listen, I just want Britain first. It's not rocket science. We've done enough. We've helped. We've administered aid to foreign countries. I just want to put the people in the UK first. And the woman's going to be saying, how selfish of you. You shouldn't be doing that. We should be putting everyone else first except ourselves. So yeah, but anyway, guys, let's watch the content and then we'll get into it.
Let's bring Tessa in. Tessa, is he right?
Stephen, I wonder, do you consider yourself just a citizen of Suffolk, or are you an English citizen, a British citizen, a global citizen? Where does accountability stop? After all, we were the first country to industrialise, therefore our impact on the climate proportional per head is, I think, something like 160 times higher than the average Ethiopians. Likewise, we had a thumping great empire which impacted on many poorer countries' ability, which impacted on many countries' ability to govern themselves. Leadership has taken much longer. They weren't released from the yoke of Britishness until in many cases after the Second World War. So where do we say we're washing our hands with you? And do you think in the long term that's going to deliver for us as a global player out with the EU?
By the way, okay, it's as simple as that. Our money should stay in this country. It shouldn't go to foreign countries. Simple. Let them sort themselves out. We have a debt in this country, as simple as that.
Well, but the question that Tessa asked, Stephen, the question that Tessa asked you that I thought was interesting. Stephen, give me a chance, my darling. Tessa asked you an interesting question. She said, do you see yourself as a citizen of Suffolk or Great Britain or the world? How do you see yourself? What was the answer to that?
I see myself as English. Facts. And I see myself as this country. I don't see myself as a world country. Yeah, and I don't care about all this giving money to foreigners.
All right, thank you for the call, and we appreciate it. That was an honest answer to your question.
Let's talk here. Springing out from her mellifluous voice is the milk of human kindness.
Yes, but how much kindness is shown to this country? For instance, there are 5 or 6 countries in the world which are better off than we are. Why don't America send us money? Why don't China send us money? Why isn't India now sending us money instead of us sending money to India?
You're such a Grinch. You can't have any. You're like a child in a playground.
Tessa?
No, I'm not all right. I'm really upset, actually, by this. Only me, only I matter. Me and my little England brick out the rest of the world. Who do we think we
No,
are.
it was a serious question. We don't get money from countries richer than us, but we are still giving money to countries poorer than us. And the old argument about, oh, well, if you give money to other countries, it helps their citizens to stay there and not come to this country. Utter nonsense.
I'm wondering,
Why are so many people
wondering
coming to this country?
I'm wondering whether what might make much more sense than any of this is if we, the voters, had a say in the spending of foreign aid.
Yeah.
If we could say what we prioritise and what we value, rather than this feeling that money that we need and could do with, is being kind of distributed and we don't quite know why or what to.
Or we could just say we don't want to, because on top of the foreign aid budget, we send farmers around the world another £506 million whilst we're punishing farmers in this country.
Right,
That's an outrage.
let's go to
Actually, what's imperilled is a massive child vaccination scheme which has saved the lives of 1.1 billion children.
Everybody agrees that that's a very worthy cause.
Absolutely.
And on Vanessa's theory, examine that and say yes, but examine some of the others and say no. It's as simple as that.
But there is generally accountability. For example, this vaccination scheme is done in cahoots with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation,
And we're all supporting that. We're all supporting
I know, but I think the worry is that there's sort of random spurious headlines where a right-wing paper, I'm going to name the Telegraph in this instance, discovers that, oh, a little bit of the money, a tiny drop of the money went on a cycle scheme in somewhere like Malaysia, and that is enough to trigger this disproportionate response.
But I don't know if it is disproportionate.
No.
If you're really struggling financially in this country,
Yeah.
if you can't get an appointment to see your GP, if you're on an NHS waiting list and you're literally in pain every single day, and then you read that money has been wasted on a cycling scheme in Malaysia, even if it's hypothetical, then it doesn't feel as if it's a tiny drop of wasted money. It feels like a personal affront to you, your family, your life, and you just think, hang on, wait, did I ever sign up to this? Yeah, I mean, this is obviously something that really does
And
get
also, should
very
we only
wound
send
up.
money to countries where we know there is a stable political framework? Because often they go to countries which are ruled by dictatorships.
Guys, there we have it. You know, the leadership in this country need to put the United Kingdom first. Look out for the UK. There's nothing wrong with that. Trump is doing that in America. Every nation does that, actually. But for some reason, the UK government care more about foreign affairs than domestic things that go on right underneath their noses here in this country. They couldn't care less. It's like what I said before he said it. Let's starve the farmers here. Let's give them an inheritance tax, but let's look out for farmers in another nation. How does that make sense? I don't understand. We need someone who's going to put Britain first. And to be fair, Reform UK need to sort out their problems quickly, because people are not going to have enough trust and faith in them in the next election if they don't. And if they don't, that's going to be it for them. There's going to be no coming back from that. It's going to be a thing in the past. Or Reform were gathering steam. They was good. For a moment, they looked like they were going to do something. And then it crumbled. And now you have the Conservatives or Labour back in power again. And, you know, it's going to be done for Reform. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you at the next video. Peace.